everyone. Great to be here. I'm Hakob, co-founder and CEO at SynthFlow AI. And today, I'll talk about the last mile problem in voice AI space, but generally applicable to the AI in general. All of us have seen amazing demos in AI. They look slick, and we see they're everywhere at social media, and we have great experience by testing it. But the problem really arises when we try to deploy agents in production. AI demos are easy, but going to production is very hard. Specifically, relating to voice AI agents, deploying that into production means that we have to take care of uptime, right, when we scale this. We have to take care of the reliability. This is a huge problem for if you're processing millions of calls every month as a company. Security, compliance for enterprises, very important things. And specifically for our case at SynthFlow, where we are an AI contact center, telephony is a huge topic. It means you also have to deploy the AI agents through a system that is compatible with AI. All telephony systems that we know have been built for humans, but now we're entering into AI era where everything, like the clouds, telephony, all systems have to be rebuilt for AI. Just quick context, we're talking about huge markets, about billions of dollars, so the stakes here are very high, and there is no margin for error. And when I talk to our customers, to many enterprises, what really matters to them at this stage, I mean, we had this AI, everyone was excited, but I think we're coming to this point where the sober view on the state of the things is right now top of the mind for many leaders at the enterprises. And what people actually want is these AI agents to work, to actually do the job in production, on scale, reliably. And I think we're at this point, generally in AI, specifically in voice AI in our case, where we're crossing this chasm. And especially in our case, voice AI is very hard, right? Because we're talking about processing millions of calls and making sure that as calls go through, the AI understands, doesn't make mistakes, and actually follows up with some proper actions after the call. And this has been the missing link, right, for many enterprises and companies in voice AI, but also generally in other areas, is production-ready agents that solve the last mile problem. So in order to address this, we have been working a lot on this topic, and we have been thinking a lot and talking to our customers all the time. And we came up with this BELL framework. BELL stands for build, evaluate, launch, and learn. These are the 4 steps that bring actually our customers to production. Let's start with the build part. We're talking here about a visual conversational flow builder. It may sound a bit counterintuitive, right? We know ChatGPT with an open prompting format, right? You just go and prompt it. But it turns out if you want an AI to follow specifically the instructions within a business context, the combination of the conversational logic flow and the open prompting and sort of the LLM-based, right, creative agentic part is the key, because that combines the predictability with the creativity of the LLMs. And this has been working very well in production. And who would have thought, right, that we still need to find these symbiotic solutions, right, combining the latest AI with something we know from the past, logic-based algorithms, to actually bridge that last mile problem. The second part of our framework, the evaluate part, this is my favorite part because the solution is very original here. It's all about simulations. We know that many companies have been disappointed by generative AI because you would deploy it in real life and something would break or it wouldn't do the task that you would expect it to do. But why go into production and make mistakes there if you can do it in a very safe environment with the synthetic data? And this is what we build for our customers so that they can do thousands, hundreds of thousands calls with synthetic data, test the agents in a safe environment to make sure it works before actually they deploy that into production. Again, a logic from a past combined with LLM creativity bridges the gap. The launch part, this is something I mentioned a bit earlier, that all systems that we know so far, cloud, telephony, and other components, in my opinion, those have to be rebuilt, specifically tailored for AI, for LLM-based solutions. And we have built our own telephony system, which is a crazy bet for an early-stage startup to go and invest money into this. But we did it, and it proves it reduces the latency, it increases the reliability, and this is what we also provide to our customers. Lastly is the learn part. The most valuable thing for a company that uses AI in production is data. And leveraging that data will create idiosyncratic moat defensibility over time. Feeding back that data into your system to fine-tune your agents and get some analytical insights is extremely important. And we see that with a lot of our customers in production. Just as an example, with one of our customers, I picked here intentionally one of the most complicated use cases, which is the sales use case. It is way harder, actually, to get KPIs here than for the inbound cases. And it's amazing to see, and this is like for me as a founder, I wake up every day and the first thing I open is the dashboard for my customers, the KPIs, how they're doing, how is the deployment going, how is the adoption going, is actually AI delivering what we have promised. And this case is really phenomenal, like 24% answered calls. That's very, very high if you're doing outbound, right? 15% closed deals. And of course, the costs you can calculate. It looks a bit high, but it's not. Think about SDRs or human costs, the salaries that you would pay, and AI doing that 24/7 on the phone. So the unit economics is very clear, right? So what my message here is, what I really wanted to share, and I know many founders would agree with me at this stage, innovation doesn't end at the demo. It's actually, it starts after it. What I mean by that is we were very excited in the last 2 years. We saw a lot of innovation. But I think the next couple of years, all of us need to focus for our customers, for our vertical, whatever we do, to actually make this really work, make the numbers work, and increase the quality and bring this to mass adoption. The last message that I would like to share today is, yes, it's AI, yes, it's a new technology, but no one has changed the rules of building amazing companies. And we had our offsite very recently. We got our team together from US, from UK. We all gathered in Munich, and we spent 4 days together. And at the end of the day, it's all about culture, building and scaling the companies. And it doesn't matter whether agents do a lot of work for humans or not. Culture always wins. So feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. I love spending time with founders and learning also about other use cases and about new technologies. So happy to get in touch on LinkedIn. Thank you very much.